Alright, we're going?
Are we filming?
Fuck you, Rob.
Taking that as a yes. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Simple and Clean, the show where we explain Kingdom Hearts for people that may not know the series, or just plain idiots like Rob here. As always, I'm Griffin Tennell, your resident Kingdom Hearts expert.
I'm the Kingdom Hearts import. And I, of course, am Rob, your Kingdom Hearts know-it-nothing.
Today we are going over Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep and into Birth by Sleep 0.2, a fragmentary passage. God, I love the naming of Kingdom Hearts.
That makes one of us.
Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep is frankly one of my favorite Kingdom Hearts games, if not my favorite. It was a PSP exclusive initially when it was released in 2010. And it was re-released in 2.5 Final Remix on PS3 and 1.5 plus 2.5 Final Remix on PS4.
They have a lot of final remixes.
They really do. Jumping right in, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep really fleshes out the backstory specifically of Xehanort and Sora a little bit. But it really introduces us into three new characters to the series: Aqua, Ventus, and Terra. The important thing before we really jump into this is that Ventus knows nothing about his past. He kind of just woke up one day without memory with all of these Keyblade wielders.
Mm-hmm.
So he's kind of just there, and he doesn't know why. Ventus is actually super important to the overall Kingdom Hearts narrative, and he was seen in the previous game, is chronologically in Kingdom Hearts Kai.
Uh-huh.
So basically what happens at the very beginning is Aqua and Terra are pretty much being primed to take this Mark of Mastery exam to show that they can go from Keyblade wielders and apprentices to Keyblade masters.
Mm-hmm.
The test is to do that, and it's being given by Master Iroquois, who is voiced by Mark Hamill.
Right, I just saw a thing on Mark Hamill voices this morning.
Yeah. It goes semi according to plan. Xehanort is there to watch and oversee. And as they're taking the test, the orbs of light that they're using to test them get corrupted by darkness.
Of course. As one does.
Aqua passes the test with flying colors. Unfortunately, Terra does not. In fact, Terra fails because he fails to control the darkness within him.
Oh, what a shame.
Meanwhile, while all this is happening, there's a group of creatures called Unversed that are beginning to spread around the world. These are pretty much just an excuse to give you some enemies that aren't heartless. They fight the exact same way. It's actually a little ridiculous that they didn't just name them Heartless. Aqua and Terra are then tasked with defending the world from this darkness. Clearly it's eating it up, and it's actually just completely destroying worlds.
Mm-hmm.
It's also worthy to note that Master Xehanort has disappeared.
Alright.
We don't know why. He was talking to this weird guy in all black named Vanitas, who we assume was his apprentice, and we don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
So Aqua and Terra are sent out by Iroquois to save the world.
Mm.
But Aqua is tasked with a second task.
Okay.
Watching Terra to make sure he doesn't give it to the darkness.
Radical.
Through all of this, Vanitas shows up and starts talking with Ventus. Is that going to get confusing at all for you? Vanitas and Ventus?
Vanitas. Dark version of Ventus. That's probably going to confuse me more.
Perfect. Vanitas pretty much goats Ventus into going out and chasing Terra.
Alright.
Something along the lines of, he doesn't care about you, blah, 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 blah. Make sense so far?
Sure, why not?
Of course. Basically what happens is he then runs off, chasing down Aqua and Terra to figure out what's going on. They visit a bunch of different worlds. Aqua and Ven end up getting worried about Terra. Meanwhile, Aqua and Terra are worried about Ven. Ven and Terra never really worry about Aqua. She's good.
Alright.
Aqua's actually the most powerful of the three of them.
I'm just kind of assuming it's Aqua from Konosuba.
Not in the slightest.
You'll want to insert a clip there.
Oh, absolutely. They visit a bunch of different worlds based off of Disney. They're going to most of the worlds from princess movies. Snow White,
Mm-hmm.
Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella. Okay, so basically what's happening is they're meeting up with each other. And they have to fight different characters that have given into darkness.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the stepmother from
Cinderella.
Thank you. But the big one that they have trouble with is Maleficent, who has basically told Aqua that Now that Terra has given into the darkness and is helping the darkness. Right?
Uh-huh.
Follow?
Yeah. And it makes perfect sense to believe the villain. Got it.
Maleficent will end up being one of the main villains in Kingdom Hearts 1.
Naturally.
Mm-hmm. So they're getting more worried. Eventually they all reconvene in a world called Radiant Garden.
Mm-hmm.
Aqua meets this young girl who is considered pure of heart named Kairi. Aqua and Ven, then they all three meet up, and they confront each other. Aqua and Ven confront Terra, kind of about like, hey, we're worried about you. And he takes it as, oh, you don't think I can do this. And so they fight.
Of course.
They break up again.
Naturally.
And they all go their separate ways, but still end up going to the same three worlds as each other.
Why not?
Because it's a video game. Eventually, Terra and Aqua find themselves on Destiny Islands, which is the home of Sora and Riku, the two main characters of the series.
So they are. Toradora? Insert Toradora clip.
Terra deems Riku worthy of being the Keyblade, and Aqua senses strong ties between Sora and Riku as a group, and Ventus and Terra as a group. And then they kind of just take off again.
Gotcha.
Right? Meanwhile, Ventus is trying to find Master Xehanort. And he does. And then Xehanort reveals his true intentions. He wants to use Ven's heart to create a final Keyblade called the Keyblade. Yeah. It's just called the Keyblade. It's like an all-powerful Keyblade. It's really dumb and confusing. Xehanort says that Iroquois has known the whole time, and then goes back to the land of departure where they're all from to confront him. Iroquois then learns that Ventus is kind of the plan, has the ability to stop Xehanort's plan, because Xehanort's plan revolves 100% around Ventus and Vanitas. And he then tries to kill Ventus.
Naturally.
Or so we think. He wants to talk with Ventus. Ventus won't listen. They fight.
Naturally.
He then tells Terra that the only way to save Ventus and to save everyone is to go to the heart of darkness. Because, why would that be true? Why in any way would that be a lie?
Sorry, who tells who this again?
Xehanort tells Terra.
Gotcha.
Because, again, believing the villain. And then he eventually, manipulates Terra and keeps manipulating. Eventually, Terra ends up going to the Keyblade Graveyard, the place where the Keyblade War took place. Meanwhile, at Destiny Islands, Ventus meets Sora. And also runs into Vanitas, who has been waiting for him there the whole time.
Naturally.
I'm pretty sure he just went there after fighting Aqua and Terra and was like, I'll just wait here. I'll hang out in the sun, catch some Z's, that kind of deal.
I got vacation hours coming up.
He reveals to Ventus that Ventus was once Xehanort's apprentice, but when Xehanort deemed Ven's heart too frail, he extracted the darkness from him to create Vanitas.
Griffin, that's stupid.
It is. And that's why Ven is not a whole person. And that's also why he's pure of light.
That's racist.
They're the same person. They look exactly the same. They're literally clones. Not literally, but they look like clones. Anyways, he tells Ventus that if he doesn't go to the Keyblade Graveyard, he's going to kill Aqua and Terra.
Cool.
Aqua and Terra both there.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Aqua learns of Master Iroquois' death from the biggest master of Keyblades of all time, Yen Sid. Yen Sid.
Oh!
Yen Sid also tells her to go to the Keyblade Graveyard to save her friends.
Wait, and we're positive Yen Sid isn't the Master of Masters from Kai.
100%.
But he's the ultimate Keyblade Master.
He is.
So he's the Master of Masters, but he's not the Master of Masters.
Correct.
Griffin, we may have lost the plot already.
Oh, this is like the 5th game in the series, dude.
Yeah, and I'm counting at least 20.
Anyways, Ven, Terra, and Aqua meet up at the graveyard, all in awesome decked out armor, which is, like I said, the last remains of the Keyblade War.
Does it feature zippers heavily?
Yes.
That was a joke. Why was that correct?
Xehanort and Vanitas are there, reveal their plans about the Keyblade, and they want to use it to unlock Kingdom Hearts. And they kind of want to use it to unleash the secrets of the war upon the world, and hopefully take over the world of darkness.
So did just everyone forget what happened in the Keyblade Wars?
No one knows what happened during the Keyblade Wars.
Okie dokie then.
Because everyone died. And the only people that survived were the Dandelions, who got taken somewhere else. He also kind of sort of reveals that part of his plan involves him taking over Terra's body.
This is Xehanort?
Yes.
Okay.
He wants to take over Terra's body. So battle ensues. Done. Right? Fight the bad guy. Xehanort freezes Ventus, drops him off a cliff, and Vanitas knocks out Aqua. So it's really just Xehanort, Vanitas, and Terra. Right? Terra gets pissed. And just out of pure rage alone, he accidentally opens his heart up to darkness. And Xehanort seizes the chance and transfers his own heart into Terra, taking over Terra's body. Leaving Terra's essence to only exist within his armor. To roam the world as just an empty suit of armor.
So what you're telling me is this is how they were planning the bed knobs and broomsticks tie-in.
Yes. So literally he has been
Please tell me there's not a bed knobs and broomsticks world.
He has been pushed out of his own body.
Griffin, I need you to tell me there's not a bed knobs and broomsticks world.
He's been pushed out of his body.
Kurt, for the love of God, tell me there's not a bed knobs and broomsticks world.
Anyways, Terra's mind is kind of still around in that suit. And it really only comes to life for the sole purpose of defeating Xehanort. So it's still alive throughout the most recent stuff. Because they haven't defeated Xehanort.
Gotcha.
Ventus eventually thaws out, saves Aquas from Vanitas, and discovers that Vanitas is actually the source of all of the Unversed that they've been fighting since day one.
Sorry, all of the what?
The Unversed.
Oh, right, those are just the bad
Generic
guys?
bad guys.
Right, yeah.
Generic.
The Heartless,
Father.
but not.
Vanitas then merges with Ventus. And creates the Keyblade.
Whatever.
Oh, I love this. Okay, so...
That's the problem.
Aqua wakes up. Doesn't know where she is.
Naturally. Does she know who she is?
She doesn't know who she is.
Okay.
But there's a face helping her out.
Does she know why she is?
There's someone else helping her wake her up. And that person is one Mickey Mouse. Mickey has been constantly popping up between their adventures, helping everybody out from here and there. Mickey, who is the apprentice to Young Sid.
Somehow that
just makes sense.
That's just the most logical thing you've said this whole time.
Aqua thanks Mickey, and they leave the Keyblade graveyard. All right, where are we?
Them leaving the Keyblade graveyard.
Before leaving the Keyblade graveyard, though, they have to fight Ventus, who's currently being possessed by Vanitas.
Wait, but I thought they were the Keyblade.
No, they have the Keyblade as their weapon.
Oh, okay.
They beat him up, shattering the Keyblade, ending the Unversed. Presumably that's the end of Vanitas.
Alright, but Ventus is fine?
Ven's heart is lost.
Ven's heart is lost.
We don't know where it went. We don't know what happened. It's just gone.
I strongly disagree with that.
At the time, we don't know where it is.
Got it.
It's gone. It's disappeared. All we have left is a comatose body.
Gotcha. For the record, in my little glossary here, it says heart is hidden away in Sora under Ventus.
Part we get to for Kingdom Hearts 3. Aqua then takes Ven to the ruins of their home, discovers Ericus' Keyblade, learning that he's dead, for sure, and uses his Keyblade to unlock the Chamber of Waking.
Is that why this game is called Birth by Sleep?
This Chamber of Waking is used to recreate the world into a new world called Castle Oblivion, which is used much in the other games. Right, Kurt?
Yeah.
Give it up for our cameraman Kurt, everybody.
She leaves Ven in this chamber that heals him, and she heads off to Radiant Garden, where Xehanort has secretly had his base the whole time.
Gotcha.
Of course, Xehanort's still in Terra's body.
Okay, I'd forgotten about that.
Still in Terra's body. Aqua then, once there, battles Xehanort and attempts to unlock his heart. She fails.
Okay.
As Xehanort realizes he's going to lose, he attempts to unlock his heart again so that he can place himself in another body.
Gotcha.
But he fails. And he kind of, sort of loses all of his memories in the process.
Does that have anything to do with the game later on called Unchained Memories?
No.
Cool.
Also, it's just Chain of Memories. So yeah, that
I was
happens.
thinking of Unchained Melody by the Righteous Brothers.
So yeah, that happens, and Terra's body then starts to sink into the darkness.
Okay.
Makes sense, right? He's been this dark person. He's given himself into the darkness on accident. This all went down.
Okay.
Well, as he starts to sink, Aqua dives into the darkness, saves Terra, and falls into the darkness herself.
Got it. Hercules.
She sacrifices herself. She has to discard her armor, so she's not safe within the darkness. Pilots a glider with Terra / Xehanort in tow, losing herself to the realm of darkness. Xehanort is then discovered by the ruler of Radiant Mud.
When did they introduce gliders?
At the very beginning, I forgot to mention it. It's how they travel between worlds.
Okay.
Xehanort wakes up in Terra's body. It is discovered by Ansem the Wise, the ruler of Radiant Garden. Ansem, seeing this powerful, what he thinks is kid, because, again, Terra's body, takes him in as his apprentice.
Oh my.
Xehanort, still wielding the Keyblade known as No Name.
Gotcha.
Mentus's heart has been wandering, right?
Yes. Gotcha.
It finds its ways to Sora.
So it does.
And merges with his heart.
Is this an interesting cutscene?
Kinda.
Is it well animated?
No, it's a PSP game.
No.
And that's how the game... And that's the end of that. That's the end of that game. But it's continued. Nope. In 0.2, Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage.
I hate this man.
We've got another couple pages of notes here.
Oh, sweet Christ.
So this game's a little bit confusing, and we're only going to go...
A little bit confusing.
Because a part of it takes place now.
I still want to know if there's a Bed Knobs and Broomsticks universe or not.
So this takes place in between...
Wait, whose soul is in the suit of armor? I forgot about that.
Terra.
Okay, wait,
Okay.
I thought Terra was lost to the darkness.
Now his body's lost to the darkness, but his soul is within the armor.
Gotcha.
So Kingdom Hearts 0.2, Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage,
I hate these names.
is a little bit confusing
I hate you.
as far as timeline is concerned. It takes place roughly 10 years after Birth by Sleep. It takes place during the events of Kingdom Hearts, and then the very end takes place after all the games that have already come out.
Cool, makes sense so far.
So we're going to ignore the ending of the game entirely.
It's an interesting decision.
Because it will make more sense later. We're going chronologically.
You say that.
We're going chronologically, Rob. Alright. So, Aqua's stuck. This is all about Aqua.
Okay.
Aqua. Terra and Ventus do pop up, though.
Insert Konosuba clip.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you.
So, Aqua's in the world of darkness. She's stuck there. But while she's there, she discovers the Castle of Dreams from Sleeping Beauty.
Right, yes.
This is a world in Birth by Sleep, and apparently it's been taken over by darkness, because it's in the world of darkness.
Naturally.
She fights a bunch of Heartless off, and she sees Terra enter the castle. She follows him in, and turns out Terra's just an apparition, and he disappears.
Makes sense.
She fights through there. She goes into the Dwarf Woodlands.
So far, so JRPG.
Guess what world the Dwarf Woodlands are?
Well, best guess says Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
You are correct. Also in Birth by Sleep. Meanwhile, there she looks into Snow White's casket. You know who's laying there?
Is it Terra?
It's Ventus.
It's Ventus. Why is it Ventus?
Ventus is also an apparition. He disappears.
Again, so far, so JRPG.
Aqua then goes into the castle of Snow White and gets pulled into a mirror into the world within. She comes face to face with a shadow version of herself. And has to fight them off.
Does shadow version of herself have a name?
Dark Aqua.
Creative.
Don't know. There's no name for them.
Okay, cool.
I call her Dark Aqua, Shadow Aqua, I don't know. She starts to fill herself though with self-doubt. She thinks she's not gonna get out of this. She's not
Wait,
gonna
literally
survive.
or metaphorically?
Both. She exits the mirror world and ends up in Enchanted Dominion.
Uh-huh.
Take a guess at which world that is.
I don't know, Cinderella?
Sleeping Beauty.
Okay.
She runs into Terra and Ventus apparitions, who kind of mess with her head a little bit, and disappears. She cuts her way through the thorn forest that Maleficent has made.
Mm-hmm.
With a bunch of different dark sides trying to kill her. These dark sides are like these gigantic heartless with big circles in their chests that are in the shape of hearts. And these are pretty much like this is a boss in Kingdom Hearts 1.
They sound like a pretty hardy enemy.
And she is ripping through them. She cuts her way through because she is sick of her friends disappearing.
Uh-huh.
Right?
I would be too.
She cuts her way through and she
Bye,
catches up.
friends.
And to surprise us when Terra actually responds to her.
Uh-huh.
Terra can't see anything, but he can communicate with
This
her.
is Terra is Xehanort, right?
Yes.
There's
Xehanort.
Xehanort.
He's communicating with her. And it's actually Terra.
Okay.
It's actually Terra's soul. And Aqua reveals where she hid Ventus.
Okay.
And then Xehanort takes over Terra's body again.
No, it's fine.
And reveals, it's been me the whole time. And knows where she hid Ben. Terra then reappears, kind of like two ghosts fighting over the same body.
Mm-hmm.
Fights Xehanort as this dark portal is created. Darkseid grabs her, starts pulling her into the portal, and just as she gives up, who shows up and saves her?
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse.
Yep.
When they're safe, after defeating a bunch of more Darksides,
Naturally.
Mickey explains that it's been 10 years since she fell into the darkness. No one knows what happened to Terra.
Except us, right?
Except, well, no one in the world knows what happened to Terra.
Got it.
I'm sure that almost no one in the world knows who Terra is.
Okay.
Basically what happened is he's in there to find the Keyblade made from darkness. The Keyblade of the Dark Realm. To shut the door of Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
He also says that he managed to find Aqua because he sensed a warm, familiar light in this world of darkness. And darkness and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mickey and Aqua end up fighting through different places, going through defeating Heartless, looking for this Keyblade. And they end up at Destiny Islands, which apparently has been engulfed in the darkness, which you would know from Kingdom Hearts 1. Mickey deduces that this is where Aqua and Terra bestowed Keyblades on Sora and Riku.
Mm-hmm.
This is where the Keyblade of the Dark Realm should be.
Gotcha.
Then a Demon Tide shows up.
A Demon
Tide, which is like a ridiculous amount of Heartless. It's like a cloud of Heartless moving around and killing and destroying. It's pretty cool.
Tornado of Souls, got it.
It's more like a beehive. It's a bunch of bees come out of the hive.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that, but Heartless,
Alright.
and they want to kill you.
Alright, I'm choosing to believe Tornado of Souls still.
Actually, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure bees want to kill you when they come out of the hive, too.
No, they just want to pollinate shit. Wasps want to kill you.
Anyways, they fight back. They win. And as they defeat it, Mickey finds the Keyblade of Dark. The Dark Blade. That was bad. They leave. They find it. They run. Mickey spots the door to Kingdom Hearts, and Riku there trying to close it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll explain why Riku's there next episode. The Demon Tide then shows up again. It's not dead. And attacks Mickey, destroying his shirt because they didn't want to make any plot holes.
Sorry, his shirt? Oh, okay. That's stupid.
It's how they made sure that there weren't any plot holes in the first Kingdom Hearts game. Because remind you,
Okay.
so this part is taking place during the same ending as Kingdom Hearts 1.
Gotcha.
Because this is basically, this door needed to be closed from two sides.
Mm-hmm.
Sora and friends are on the side of light, while Aqua, Mickey, and Riku are on the side of dark, closing it.
Cool. And we're going to establish why Riku is there, right?
Yes,
Gotcha.
kind of.
What the fuck?
Aqua buys some time for Mickey by fighting back the Demon Tide, which grabs her and pulls her into Destiny Islands, trapping her there forever.
Mm-hmm.
Mickey and Riku then close Kingdom Hearts with the help of Sora, Donald, and Goofy on the side of light.
Naturally.
Aqua finished off the Demon Tide, but she kind of is stuck in Destiny Island.
Radical.
And then Destiny Island starts to disintegrate.
Of course.
And as it disintegrates, she falls deeper into darkness. The last place we see her is in this place called the Dark Margin.
Mm-hmm.
It's this beachfront in the Land of Dark. We don't really know much about it, but it's shown in a bunch of cutscenes for this game.
Davy Jones' locker. Got it.
She is then approaching Ansem the Wise. Ansem the Wise in the garb that we see the Master of Masters in.
Okay. This is Master of Masters that we don't know, not Yen Sid, right?
Right.
Gotcha.
And then that's the end of 0.2.
Cool.
Any questions?
Yeah, Ansem the Wise, didn't he have his whole, Terra Xehanort apprentice deal going?
Yes, but remind you, this is 10 years later.
Okay, right, got it. Where is Xehanort now? What happened to Xehanort again?
That's to be found out in future games.
As in future games we're going to talk about?
As in 1, 2, 3. You know what? We'll just get to it later.
Radical.
Thank you, everybody, for watching this episode of Simple and Clean. If you like this, go ahead and watch other episodes. If you are also confused like Rob, I apologize. If you are smarter than Rob and understand all of this, good work. You're good.
You're a twat.
Thank you all for watching. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and may your heart be your guiding key.